right, welcome everyone to this live coding session for Ruby Thursday. My name is Melissa Wanish, and I'm the founder of Ruby Thursday. It's a tutorial site for junior Rails developers, and it may be a little higher as I continue on my journey and explore some very interesting and fun things. So I'm going to go ahead and wait just a few moments as people get notifications that we are live, and also I'm just going to make sure that people can hear me. So if there's an echo to audio sources, potentially I did let's see, is this better? Tried to get rid of one. And is this better or worse? I'm waiting for confirmation on our audio. I think I have the dual screens set up correctly this time. If you were here for the last one, which was a month ago. I can't believe it's already been a month. Lots of stuff has happened in the last month. That's better. Yay. Okay. Excellent. So now, yes, I have my chat and my OBS on this side, and then I'm looking straight on to the code, and that's what you'll be looking at in just a moment. So again, as people get their notifications and come on, then we will get started. Just a reminder of what it is you will be watching here. Let me move this up just a little bit so I can see the bottom here. I am working on an Invoice app that we've soft launched. We are using it, and we have a few people using it. It's called Gig Tilt, and we wanted to add a few more features before we really open it up and start marketing it as a way for independent contractors to invoice people or people with small businesses, and maybe larger, but we're focused on that group, the folks that want to make invoicing really easy. You send a link, they pay. We're actually trying to not make them make the people who pay have accounts that they have to log into to make it easier on them. It should be simple for them, and one of the goals to make it simple for them is to, include ACH. And what we worked on last time was working through it a little bit, and with the awesome suggestions of people watching, then I sort of looked further into connecting with Plaid. That's Plaid with Stripe. And that takes the ACH process, and what it does is it provides some screens and things that people will kind of go away to Plaid a little bit and come back, and so you log in with your bank credentials as opposed to having to go and find your routing number, right? Which, if you're not with your checkbook, is kind of hard to find. And then your account number as well. So if you're not have your checkbook in hand, and you're just doing this on the phone, on the go, you're trying to pay your bill because this person provided awesome service, then it's a little bit harder. So this, most phones, or most of the time you have your login information with you, more likely. So now Plaid does cost money if anyone's watching this to sort of see about integrating into your own app. And what it does is that the sandbox is completely free, and then you get a development level that is completely free, up to 100 kind of test live accounts. So they call them test accounts, but they're live accounts. So, as you're starting to grow, I think, it would be okay to use them in real live 100 bank accounts associated. After that, it's $500 a month. So that gives you time to kind of ramp up and get some business before you have to start paying Plaid $500 a month. So it's kind of a hefty integration, but or pay, hefty provider, but it should make things really easy for the user. So we are going to go ahead and put that in. And I have looked at the docs a little bit, not like I don't have them memorized, so I may be reading some things again, but I do have my Plaid account set up, and I've put those into environmental variables that I can use as we go through the docs and put it in. So I'm gonna go ahead. If people want to shout out and say hi, I do have my chat right here, and I will try to pay attention to it and see if people have questions, or hey, if you want to help me solve issues, that's awesome too. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen where you see what's going on. Here I am, small in the corner now. All right, and I'm gonna have to click back so I can see the chat. All right, and so we're gonna kind of start here with the guide with Stripe here, and just a reminder of what we got set up as well. I was doing some remembering where I was earlier. So we do have guard running. And so that's now watching what we're doing so that it'll run our tests. So that's what we have set up for development. And going to my Sublime. And so so that I don't have to open up my application YML with all my secrets, I just made, a temporary doc here to have, what I named. And these are the variables that I've set up. I'm going to go ahead and use a Plaid environment variable so that, definitely during test and development, that will be sandbox. And then as we move into like a staging environment and the production environment, for now, we're going to, call it development until we get up to that 100 bank accounts. So let's go back to the docs. So weird that it actually, never mind. The Ubuntu flips back and forth. All right, so let's go. I wanted to go back to here. There we go. All right. So, excuse me, my nose itches. How rude, but it itches. I forget what wives' tale that is when your nose itches. All right. So here we are. We need a link, basically, right, that will say, oh, I want to pay by ACH instead, and we'll put that over. So let's look at the docs first, and then we'll look at the test again and see where we are with that. So once your Plaid account is set up, yay, I did that, and connected to your Stripe account, add Plaid link to your site. I think I can do this part later. We'll see. All right. We have to log in and do that. We'll see. So we've got some JavaScript happening. You have to load this JavaScript as well. We're probably going to do this down and dirty for now and then move it into its own file. But I think right now we'll just kind of use the cut. All right, so we're just going to take all of this, and then we have to change. The above uses custom integration. You'll to replace client name with something for us and the key with our keys. Once your server has the public token, you'll need to make 2 calls to the Plaid servers to get the Stripe bank account token, along with the Plaid access token that can be used for other Plaid API requests. So there are 2 things. Once we have the public token, on success. So it's just going to log it for now. Okay, but this is the part where we will have to save things. All right. So instead of logging them, we'll continue to log them for now for a bit so we can see potentially. And then those two things was the things we're going to need to save. And then additionally call to Stripe, right? A new client. Let's see. So then we have these things. That's our public token, right? That's our environmental variable here, I guess. So we are doing okay, so the idea, because this might be a little tricky here, because the account ID is actually going to be the account ID for our users, right? Because we integrate, you know, they it's a standalone account with Stripe that we're doing. And then this is the big one. This is how we're going to charge the people with this bank account token. So you can attach this token to a Stripe customer or create a charge directly on it. Okay. Whew, right? So this is a lot to do. So we have to take it a step at a time. And let's just go ahead and just use this and not make it pretty yet. Let's just get it working first. So let's go to here. Actually, first let's see. Let's make sure our test is, it should fail at the point where it needs to click that button. And so let's make sure we have our, it's been a month since I've looked at it. So I need to come in and look at this. All right. We'll go to our payment path. Choose ACH. Oh, I made all this like lovely toggling. But I've actually seen a video now where they just have a link underneath the credit card, pay by ACH instead, and then it goes and does that. So we don't know how to really make it click through, and that's you know, maybe we'll have to run up the server and kind of check it out. They also I saw in the documentation they do have Plaid does have like a test app that you can just like download and run, so you get a sense of it. So we may end up having to do that. You know, if I'd had time, I probably would have done that first, but here we go. So let's, so it should get up to click button and then expect page to have selection. So I don't even know that this is in there yet. So let's see. So we're going to just run this one. And, so let's just Just save. Just saving run guard. Let's see. Yes, okay. So it's going to run this. It's the first spec of the day, so it might just take a moment to get going. I wanted to see where we were. So I will fill the air as this runs. It should be a little more happening behind the scenes here, but just getting started to know again where we are. So it's been a minute since we've worked live coding because we went on a little vacation, and then there was the week coming back that just catching up on everything. So it's it's hard to work and visit with family at the same time. We try to do that a little bit just to keep things up, but took a minute. Okay, expected to find text verify bank account. Oh, not even to that point. It was found one time, including non-visible text. So our little toggling is not working. I don't know that we're even going to toggle anymore. I know that we did that in the last episode, and that was kind of the main point of it, our last coding session. But if you needed to do that, hey, this is live coding. It's real. It's maybe you have to chuck what you did, and so I think I'm gonna, because it's not really the flow now that I more understand Plaid. I think that it would be better just to have a link. So let's not worry about making this toggling work. So I'm not going to worry about this part. I'm going to change the test. Oh, what did somebody use? Well, we'll just let's just use the oh, it's running it again. Whatever. Oh, sorry. I wanted back to our example here. So it's just going to be like open Plaid link. Okay, so we're just going to, for now, use that. It's a button. I still think this is right, but we'll see. Now it should fail here. So if I save again, it'll run it again and fail there. I think it's running again. I'll have to wait for just a moment because it should not find this button. Oh, we also don't want that. Oops. Okay. There we go. All right. And again. So, I think, what if we try just sort of forcing it? I don't want to quit guard. Should give me back to the thing, and then it should go with the next one. So I think it was the next one after. And force quit. Let's try interrupt again. Here we are at main. It's not running anything, so I just sort of stopped it, and that's fine because I want it to not go through too many because I made a couple of changes right there. Okay, so now it's running it, and I just want to make sure it's failing where I expect it to, which is to fail at open Plaid link. Unable to find visible button, open Plaid link. Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that that's there. And so now let's go ahead to here, and we're going to just put it in right in the middle of our view, just so we get it going. And then we need to change a couple of things. So let's go to our view for payments. I can get rid of some of that stuff, but we'll do that later. New. Oh, it's in the credit card form. Just put it at the very bottom. Let's see. So we're not doing this whole ACH form anymore. I think it's going to be less confusing if I sort of ditch all of that. And then try to make ours pass. I don't want other things to be in there that don't need to be. So let's go to our assets, JavaScripts. You know, and I probably could play with Git and try to go back. But you know, sometimes it's nice just to have this. Let's see. Delete button. Oh, payments it should be, right. Oh, look, I put it in here already here. But not totally. Let's just do all of this. Come out all of it. All right, so I will clean it up more later. But, let's go ahead and start. Yeah, it's gonna start to do everything. Well, lots of stuff failing. All right, well, on that later. All right, so the get status. Oh, my cassettes are running again, guys. Because it's been over a month. Should have run RSpec the whole thing when I was getting started today. Note to self. So this is going to be a little tricky. But let's go ahead and git add app as and views, git add app views. We just remove or comment out toggling for ACH. Just so we start there. I may have to go ahead and we'll have to see about that maybe later. But oh, at the top, choose credit card. His name out. Do we need to remove payment options? Because it's just going to be credit card, and then you can under credit card form. Okay. That should probably fix all that. Right. Cool. It should fix all that because I'm no longer toggling and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that fixes it. So, all right. So if we were going to add it in here, let's go ahead with, so I think what I'd like to do is, I'm sorry, back to here because it's running everything again. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to force quit it. All right, so, I'm just going to save our main spec that we're working with again and just run it again to make sure I haven't, you know, those other tests may come back okay, you know, once I get this one, like the page loading again, because maybe the page load, I've forgotten a piece that we need to take out. So it's running that again. Because, you know, oh, there we go. So let's see. All right, so the page loaded, unable to find the button, but it saw everything else, so it should be okay. Let's keep moving. Hopefully it's good. So now, under the credit card form, let's go ahead and just put all this jazz right in there. And let's keep it looking ugly because we want to, you know, move it away eventually. But let's go ahead and see if we can get it working. So environment is still sandbox. Client name. It's us. Gig tilt. Key. Product off. Okay, right. I suppose other things. Key, plaid key. All right. So we would be plaid public key. Let's go look at the docs real quick. Key is your public plaid key. Okay. So, no, that would be oh, and I can't remember the syntax. That would be pretty much write it. Okay, here we go. Right. No, it's like that. Okay. I know I'm using different. I like double quotes. It's just me, so we'll change it later. Send the public token and the account ID to your app server. So that would be the next step. So here's where we are. Let's see if this loads even. Okay, and what it's getting on the next page. So let's go ahead and, is it running? Okay. Ah, great. Some stuff we need to update with Capybara WebKit. So we need to allow that. Fine. Some new links. I have a whole bunch happening now. Let's see. Oh, ba-doop. Oh no. Because it's not working. Thanks. Did that go all the way down? Did I miss my... it did. So I saw that my brother-in-law has this huge, like, sideways screen. Like, what do you call that? I don't know. It's vertical. So you can have your code be really long. Your output be really long. That looked really nice. Alright, let's fix this. So I know it's gonna run all of them again. I just wanna run the run. So this is kind of what I'm doing instead. It's gonna take a little. There we go. Okay. So now here's some more URLs. Let's copy the whole thing. Oh, there it went. Okay, good. So let's read it in a moment. Let's go ahead and copy that. Oh, just this URL, all requests. Let's do all requests. Okay. And that's going to save. It's going to run them all again. But hopefully, okay. So let's see what happens. Well, it's running them all. Don't really want them to open them all. It's just wanna run this one. Oh, it did it fast. That's nice. This may be one of those circumstances where you have to go and make it work and then write the spec afterwards. Because it's, you know, heavy JavaScript. It probably, you know, your page may have JavaScript errors. They're going to be hard to see in Capybara WebKit. I think this is one of those going to have to break the rules. Not the rules, the usual workflow. Especially when it's something brand new. So I'm going to exit out of guard so it doesn't keep trying to to do that. But I'm going to go and I'm going to go ahead and run my I wonder if I have stuff on my dev. We'll have to, we may have to make some stuff, but I don't know if I've run it up or not. Okay, so let's go to the here and local post. I may have to end up going to the console and just creating some stuff. Let's see. Looks like I had gone to GigTilt recently. Let's see. I'm not sitting up very straight, am I? Okay, here we go. Log in. Oh, look at all these logins. This one? No. I'm gonna run my console and see if I have anything. Already set up. So just making sure my chat is working. Let's see. I think so. Sorry, we gotta look down. Oh, let me close the ad. There we go. That's easier to see the chat now. Okay. So let's do member. Oh no, not member. Vendor is what we called it. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's see. Mail to. No. See if that goes. Yay! Okay. Oh, test Bitcoin. That one's a little broken. Because we added a pay type later. So I think we should just do a new invoice to make sure all the new stuff is happening. Oh, I mean, new invoice. So that just takes it, call it test ACH with Plaid. This is a description. Let's do a monthly subscription. Let's do a one-time payment of $1,000. We're not going to redirect. Save invoice. Woohoo! Right, because it's not going to make a Bitly for the local host. So let's view payment link. Great. Okay, here we are. So now let's just make sure that we're not getting any like crazy JavaScript errors. Crazy, but let's make sure that's the case first. Right. It's not defined. Okay, because we put some Ruby into JavaScript. So, I think I need to do this on a view. It did look blue, right? And I was a little like, why is it blue? Pay attention to the colors. It should be white. All right, so now let's reload the page. let's see. Okay. Let's see where exactly it's talking about here. So it should be a string. So if we do this, I'm going to do this, and then this. Okay, there we go. So, well, I don't. That's interesting. All right, well, we'll see if that makes a difference. But that's not. That's like on there. That's on the link initialize JS. So we'll see if that makes a difference. It's just a notification, so maybe it's just something they have. Okay, now let's do this. Aha! Okay. I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Well, because maybe those are our fonts and it's overriding it. I think it's okay. You're in sandbox mode. That's lovely. All right, so let's go ahead and what does it say to do next? So let's see. Documentation. It had it's you just put in good stuff. Like it has a thing. Let's see. It gives you a username and pass to use for testing. So that's what I'm going to go look for. Let's see. Is that in here? Sandbox? Institutions. Just need the sandbox. Here we go. User good, pass good. That is what they want you to use. Where was I here? Okay. What's this one? Oh, right, because it opened the payment link. Okay. User good. Pass good. Submit. Don't save. Sending credentials. Average with our servers. Select your account. Oh, I really should be for our test. But I can always run this again. I should be, you know, hey, go here and click this and under that and all that stuff. So, that was great. Let's go back. I can't. It's not a thing you go back. All right. Well, let's just experience this here. Because nothing's going to happen. When it's going to send the information back, but we're doing nothing but logging it. So we'll just go over to the terminal and see what happens. All right, so continue. And it came back to here, but obviously we didn't do anything with it. So let's go to the here and see if we got anything in the logs. Oh, maybe it's in right. Logger. So that's JavaScript here. Console log. So we need to look in the console. All right, so it happened. Great. So right here. That's what I'm talking about. Can you see that way down there? I think so. All right, so so that part worked. Great. So now let's do it again and sort of see if we can get Capybara WebKit to run through the actions that I just did. All right, so here we go. Okay, now how do we want to, can I inspect this? Data institution equals chase. You're really looking for like a class. Or an ID. I don't know that we can use data to find something. I could always just find the first and click on it. That might be just fine. Is this right? This, if they click on that, then it should work, right? Because you, yeah, all around it is clickable. Okay, so we'll just go with the first one. Let's see what the syntax to that is. That's Capybara. Find first. Class. First link. It's not a link, but it would just be click first, and that's the class. Okay. Let's go to our oh, expect page to have content. Select your bank. Indeed. Now we go back here. Instant paying button. All right, let's try it. Okay. And it's going to run that, but I'm going to go ahead and... what should it expect? I don't know. Hope that always shows. Enter your credentials. Okay. So... expect page to have content. Is it all caps? What is this? Lower? Okay, your credentials. All right. Now what is this area? I hope this isn't specific to Chase. We'll have to go back and look at other ones. Oh, here's the back button. Cool. Username. All right, I just want to go and see if I click Bank of America, if it's the same, like username. Yeah. I mean, it's styled differently, but... oh, look! I put it right there for you. Totally missed that. Was that on the screen before? Oh, when I lean down, I'm getting way down there, and let me do this a little bit. Sorry. Okay. So input ID... So, we'd fill in, let's see if we ran our spec and things happened or not. If it's giving us some clues. Oh, right, I took off, guard. So let's get all of it and then see what happens. So, okay, so we're gonna fill in fill in I don't remember. I think it's just you put the ID, but let's see, capybara. By ID. Maybe find and then within accepts the ID as the first parameter. Okay, it is just the same. I thought it was. Okay, so fill in. Did I copy it already? Nope. Nope. I copied that line. Let's go back to our Kick Tilt page. Just under username. All one word with user good. Oh. Right. They have to fill in their email address. Or we can't send them a receipt. Okay. So the user flow, because it's going to bring us back to a page. Maybe we need that toggling after all, huh? Maybe I shouldn't have taken that out. Well, it's not far back. I can go get it. Because what should the user flow be? Should it be, I'm trying to remember from the video what they suggested. So if you put your email address in first as part of the form, and then you go and come back, how does that work? Pretty sure. PayPal actually almost had me doing something similar like this when I tried to change the account, the bank account it was associated with, but then it errored out. So I ended up having to enter my information anyway. But I was logged in, right? And the point of this is not to be logged in. Let me see if we go to Plaid. I just want to go to Plaid. Like, is there a video that kind of shows? Right, that's just what shows there. Okay. So it's gonna bring back this token. All right, let's get that settled first, and then we need to figure out how we're going to capture that email address and at what point. So I just want to, I'm just going to leave it here in the test. But that's a good question here. All right. And maybe my UI designer is listening, so I want him to be thinking about that. Hopefully he's still listening. For a UI perspective, what makes more sense? To put in the email address and then click the link? But I'm afraid people won't fill in the email address and then click the link and come back. I think that makes more sense. If you click the link and you go through the whole process, when you come back, it should be a form to enter your email address, and then that's when we charge you. I think that's what would work, but hey, give me your opinion out there. If you were, going somewhere to pay a bill or an invoice, is that a flow that would make sense to you? Okay. Let's go back to filling out our Plaid stuff. Here we are. Okay. So then, let's just inspect. And it's just plain password. Lovely. Okay. and that is password with passgood. And then what do you click on? Button submit. Wow, you could reset your password from there. That's crazy. All right. I mean, not crazy. It's crazy good. That's what I'm saying. All right. So, click button. Submit. Wait. Nope, lowercase. And then what happens? So, good, pass, good, submit, don't save. Okay. We want to click that whole thing. Yep. Account item first. Okay. Let's, nope. Copy that. Click, okay. Oh, then continue, okay. Okay, continue. All right. For now, let's just make a test to see if we get this far. So expect page to have invoice name again. Just for now, see if this even works. All right, so saving that, let's just run the one thing. So our spec features client pays with ACH. I know I'm not using guard. Oh well. This is a little tricky to do here. Maybe we should run up guard again. If it gets to this point, okay, then we're the point where what is it gonna fail at? It's gonna fail at expect page to have content wasn't that easy. It should fail there. And that's where it should fail. Oh, it's taking it a minute. Hopefully it's doing it. Okay, got some more things we need to do. using a case insensitive search. Oh, okay, fine. I have some caps where there aren't any. So it got to there. That's good. But let's go ahead and add these guys that are coming up. Allow Plaid sandbox. Right. Okay. So it did get to that page, which is great. That's a good sign. But lowercase. Okay. Should run faster now that we've allowed those that new URL. The chat is awfully quiet today. I know it's been a month. Maybe it's just not a good day for folks here. This Thursday evening. You know, did I do the last one on a Saturday? No, it was a Thursday. Okay. Because sometimes I do it on a Saturday. Okay. Undefined method. Click for nil class. Account item. So we got up to account item. Come on, do it. Back to the test. So we got username and password. You know, it may take a moment to load, so we should add an expect page to have, right? Because it does take a moment to load. So that should. What is the next page look like? All right, let's do it again. We'll just try out the different ones here. Here we go. All right. User good. Pass good. Submit. Don't save. Yeah, it takes a moment here. Select your account. Okay. Oop. And so it should have select your account. All right, let's see if it gets there. Oh, I clicked off the chat. Okay. Okay, so we saw that working. So it's saying it can't find select your account in loading user ID, password, sending credentials. You are currently in sandbox mode. All right, so it's going to take a moment for the bank to respond. How long? Let's sleep 5. Let's see if that's enough. make it wait other than sleeping. Because there's something loaded, so it's checking it. You're like, oh, I just don't see it. So, I mean, we could, yeah, I think that's best just to sleep a little. It's a little tricky checking the JavaScript here, but. It does give you some confidence. All right, yay! Wasn't that easy? All right, so it failed there, and that's where we should be failing. Great. All right. So let's figure out what we're going to do next. I'm going to make the decision to go ahead and, because we gotta deal with collecting this email address. So when it comes back, if you've authorized your account, it's going to come back with those two things. So it should load up a page where you enter your email address. And then like hidden in the form, right? So we're going to load, it says to load a partial, doesn't it? Let's go back to our docs. Right? Stripe recommends, right? Oh, we're going to have to go. Well, that's later. On exit, right? We have to, if they decide not to, what happens? Just want to make sure this is safe, what I'm thinking about, because it's saying send the public token and account ID to your app server. As if we load it as a hidden field, it's not very safe. Yeah, this is not a thing that should be on a form. Just saw myself rub my eyes there. So what we should do is we could make like a little temporary payment with that information and then delete it. Like temporary, something temporary that's saved in the database briefly. Though, you know what? Even if somebody took that public token and account ID information, would they be able to do anything with it because it's with our account? So in order to to actually charge somebody, you're going to have all the Stripe IDs as well. And that you wouldn't have. Right, so if anyone disagrees, let me know. Like, oh no, wait, think about this. And if you watch this later, feel free to email me at melissa@rubythursday.com. But, so I think we are going to go ahead and use that as a hidden field in the next form, to then send to the server. And that's when we will then, do all this stuff with Stripe. Okay. So we're going to, now saying, oh, thank you so much. Give me some support here. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. That sounds safe enough, in my opinion. Awesome. Thank you so much. Need a little backup. And hey, that's why live code too. You get to see all the flaws, and what I get, and the works and the good stuff too. And just a little support. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that, but thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna load it into. We're gonna render a partial. Would be the next step. So on success, we're going to, I'm going to use, hey, here's some stuff. I just commented out. I want to render. I forget how to do that. Let's see. I have it in other projects if I have to go there, but let's see. JavaScript render Rails partial. Let's see. You can't render partial. Parse the regular. Pretty sure there's a way to render partial and then feed in. Yeah, this is the render partial. How old is that? It's a little old, but an ERB file. We may need to go ahead and move things now that we've got just the basic workings there. All right, well, this is actually helping me. So, okay. Oh, we don't need if, we just need that. So that's basically the format. we now need to move this. So this, I think we're going to load. Where do we load Stripe generally, guys? Let's see, script. Where am I loading Stripe? Should kind of be with it. That is layouts. Yeah. I want it with Stripe. So, let's deal with that. Okay, so copy that. I'm gonna do it after Stripe. There we go. Include it. Copy. Okay. Did this just make it a new line, or is there a... Okay. Feels weird to me that it made it a new line. Okay. Just making sure. All right, so there we go on that. We can take this out now. Let's take all this. And we have our payments, right? We need to uncomment that. Then we can close it. Okay, so I'm gonna take out this, and we need to change. Gonna move it over one. We need to change to be js.erb, right? So save that, but we're going to rename .erb. Okay. So where is the email address? Here. Credit card form. So the credit card form had email address in it? Card number. No. Well, we have it open. Oh, okay. Continue. Payment info email address is right there, right? Am I just lost here? Payment email address for your receipt. Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Email address for your receipt. So it is in this. So yeah, we want all of that. Where is our ACH form? Oh, I put a little note. Loofah. Okay. That is unrelated. I will put it here to remind myself to look at that later. That was something that came up in chat last time. Let's see. Okay. So, right. So this guy, we do need to load it, but we don't need to toggle it. We need to render it. So we need back the I'm not going to render anything inside of here. It's just going to be we already named this once. Oh, no, that was we did not name it. I will just do ACH payment. That's I think I was just guessing at what that might be before I went with Plaid. So so we're going to call it ACH payment. And it's just going to be there. Waiting. Let's put a little note. Div to, okay. Render, ACH form, render form to gather email address if ACH validated via Plaid. All right, cool. So that is where we're going to render this form. I wonder if there's newer syntax, but we'll go with this. Render. Yeah. I like to use at least this. Okay, render partial. With stuff. Render partial. Oh, right. It'll be locals, right? Locals. I think it's a hash. we're gonna do I think we can just do ACH form. We'll see if it needs more of a path there, but okay. Public token. Can we make this? No, I think I've learned you can't make it different lines. Public token. And account. The account. This guy. Metadata account ID. Okay. All right. So now we need a similar form happening that the credit card form is. So, up to there. We need something, some little like, thank you for blah blah, but let's do that. Let's do, let's just, thank you. Some just instructions here. My designer can fix this later, but thank you for your account. Please fill in your email and please provide, probably is better. Your email for your receipt. You know what? I think all of that goes here for now, and then we'll figure it out. All right. What else? Don't need any of that. This button tag that was crazy hard to do. Place order now. Okay, let's do this. Oh, we need the end of the form. Okay, it's gonna be ugly, but okay, let's go to our, oh, and we need some hidden fields. And it does not need to have, let's just leave it just in case. Just in case. We need some hidden fields. Oh, I don't remember. Let's leave that in case we need it. Form. Rails form. Hidden field. Object, method options. Oh no, so we already have F as the object. So field value, right. So what do we want to call it? ACH. I'm just curious. Controller. This is. Right. We don't have any. I think we're going to need to include this. Am I going to save all these things? Oh, right. It's whitelisting to actually make the payment. Right. No, I'm not. I'm not using strong params right here. That's probably not a good idea. I'm just noticing. I'm not using payment params anywhere, am I? No. So maybe just a note to myself. I have this other file here. So what I would do, you can tell security is more on my mind these days, which is good, right? I mean, it's a payment app. It needs to be secure. So, let's see. Payments. Create. So I would do, well, in each of those, right? Because it's different, you know. Right, we're creating 3 different things. This is something to clean up later, but for now, it'd be like subscription dot new payment params. Right? I think that's how I have build. I'm pretty sure it's new. And then you save. I have some custom things going on everywhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's new. And then we'll save with all of the once we put new, right? Then it'll save, and then we'll have to set the things that we're getting up here, right? From the create customer response or subscription response from the response. Add those in after. Okay. Just make sure people are how do you keep up with security on a regular basis? Oh, that's a good question. On another project, but we should add it to this one. There is a Rails gem that's really helpful called Brakeman, Brakeman, and you run that. I run it weekly. I'm working on on a client project pretty often, or any kind of new feature put in, and it will show some. It'll give a report of the vulnerabilities that it finds in your app. Yes, Brakeman. So that's how I keep up with that, and also just I'm trying to read up more and more on the changes to the European laws that are going into place, and it's a series of initials, and I never have them in my head, but that I've been reading up on as well. So just more on encryption and things like that. So okay, maybe we'll run Brakeman and then figure this out. That's a plan. Okay. Let's see, where did we get to? The form. ACH, token, value, public token. Well, maybe I should just name them what they're coming in as. I think if I just do this. Yeah, okay. And then we want an account ID. Great. So we go back to our JavaScript. Right, because we need to hide here we go. So credit card payment, right? That's the new, that's this guy, credit card payment. All right, so we have him. Oh, well, just. For now. Okay. What we would do is credit card payment div style display none. Needs to go here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we get there. So let's try just running the spec. And then it needs to have the content. Oh, well, I want that content still there. Okay. So it should have that one, and it'll still fail here. Oh, well, we can continue with that. Oh, that's happening. That's gonna fail. Let's see if we fill in the custom email, but this is gonna fail. It'll give us some sort of error. Hopefully on where to fix it next. Okay. Here we go. I know I'm not using guard. I gotta have the habit here. But oh well. We only have about 10 minutes left. I think we're gonna get up to that to this point. If I can get it kind of coming back and loading the page, then I think we'll wrap up for today. And another cliffhanger, because I will not be able to live code next week, but the week after I will. Although if I get everything I have to get done, I'd love to jump back on maybe Saturday or even Sunday. So if you are not already subscribed to my email list, you can head on over to rubythursday.com and sign up. I do let people know when I'm about to hop on, or you can follow me on Twitch if you are on Twitch and want those notifications. Saturday, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the chords. Do you think TDD will always be around? That's such a good question. I think I can't really imagine. I guess what would make TDD not useful, right? Because the point of TDD is to give you the confidence when you're making changes that you're not breaking other things. And also, it just kind of, I feel like it speeds up your development process because you're running these tests that run sometimes faster than you going in and creating all these records on your local and all the like manual QA that that you do. But if there were tools that made that process like so much better, then maybe TDD would go away. But I think it's really important because sometimes you touch code and you don't actually visit those pages. You know, you have to test the whole app again. And that's what I used to do. Like my very first live app, we would make changes and I'd go through on the staging side and do everything again, which was very time consuming. And so, you know, when I started really to implement TDD, that test-driven development, I mean, I guess there's testing after the fact, like you develop and then you test, but I think that that's just not, I mean, if you're going to test, you might as well write the test first, because it really, I think, helps, you know, yeah, I mean, if the whole testing framework changed, then maybe TDD would go away, but I don't really see that happening. I mean, things are just moving faster and faster. So if there was something that made it faster, that would replace it. If some other kind of workflow that was like even faster, I can't think of anything, but you know, that's what would do it. Saturday, cool. There's a vote for Saturday. It would really be really good to jump back on and finish this piece because it's, you know, it's going on a month and a half now, and I have to like remind myself when I come back to it. Where did we fail? Oh no, we didn't even select your bank. Why not? All right. We probably have broken something with the JavaScript. So let's refresh the page. Because we've moved it, right? We moved it from in the file over. I may need to restart the server. Maybe it'll load everything. Missing a comma. Isn't that the way? After argument list. Let's see if it gives me a line. No. Missing a comma. All right, so let's find that missing comma. Okay. Oh, right. At the very end. Are you better now? Let's see. Machine learning TDD. There you go. It's so smart. It writes the test for you somehow, right? That'd be good. Okay, so no errors, some notifications, no errors. So let's try our spec again. I mean, I have the server up and running. I could see if it works. But it's good to know that your test is working too. So. Alright, well, let's just run through it because that'll be fun too. But the test will run at the same time. So let's close this for now. And user good, pass good, submit, don't save. Okay, great. So that's happening. Escape, render. Let's see what we're doing wrong here. Oh, you know what? I think they mentioned double quotes. In the, if I vaguely remember. You would need to wrap your string in and make sure to use double quotes. Right. I felt wrong. Right. So, right. This equal. Right, because it's putting the HTML in there. Okay? So it needs to be like it would be on a view. So, escape JavaScript. We'll leave that there. This. No. I think it's like this. That looks right. Uh-oh. What are you referring to? Okay. I'll keep going here. Oh, forever. Here. Okay, that went away. So all the colors are right. I think that's it. Okay. Well, you can try again. At least it did get rid of the credit card form. So that part's working. User good, pass good. Don't save. No. Not quite right. Did the same thing. Is there another? In the JavaScript. Okay, here we go. locals. Okay. We don't need the string interpolation. Right. Okay. And that would be removing a... Oh gosh, what do I just remove? The hash. There we go. The HTML would just have escape JavaScript, render partial, locals. Okay. Think we got it this time. User good. That's good. Oh, I feel like I just want to be sure. Okay, submit. Don't save. It's visually very nice. Oh, why? I may need to just like reboot the server because that's sort of a thing that maybe it's just, or like if I just reloaded the whole page. No. Okay. I can't go back. Oh, right. For the class, for payments, we don't have a method public token. So that's great. That is the next error to occur because we need to add those variables, not variables, those attributes. So actually, let's not do that. Let's redo the form, which we don't need it to be tag instead, right? I don't need to save these forever, right? This is not... what I need to save is the Stripe account. Bank account info. That's the only thing I really need to save, I think. So let's just do it as a hidden field tag. Does that work, or is it? Am I gonna have to resend? Like a token. All right, well, I think I may just restart the server, go back and try again kind of thing. Just to make sure it's all doing that correctly. But we are out of time for today. So thank you so much, especially Badu Boy. These handles I can't pronounce. But thank you so much for your support and your questions. And again, if you're not subscribed to my email list, that's the best way to keep up on all things Ruby Thursday. I'm also on YouTube, and I will be posting this there because Twitch only saves things for so long. And so I will add this. I'll have a new playlist because it's spring now. I have a winter playlist of live coding sessions, not from the very start of the app, but things that you can watch and enjoy. Oh, thanks. Thank you. What a nice compliment. I'm gonna say it out loud. He says, "You're a great programmer. It was fun watching. Thanks." Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will try to get back on this weekend, just because I do want to finish this up, because then I basically have like a week where I'm not working as much for fun personal reasons. So, and that is it for today. All right. Thank you guys. And I will see you again soon. All right. Bye-bye.